here at the Senior Center in Hopkinton today to have an interview with Ray Drawe, a regular here at the Senior Center. You can see him greeting people at the door on certain days of the month as well. And we will be talking with Ray today about what he does here at the Senior Center and a little bit about his life as well. Okay, good morning, Ray.
Morning.
Welcome. Thank you for coming to the Senior Center today to talk with us at Meet Your Neighbor. Your name is Ray Drawe, but I believe everybody here at the Senior Center knows you by name.
By name.
And I understand you spend a good amount of time here through the week.
We try.
Yeah.
We try.
And I understand that you are a greeter as well.
Yes, yeah, two days a month on Wednesdays. That's a real good thing for me because you meet people, and that's the whole idea, meeting people.
Yeah. Well, I bet that it's a nice experience for whoever's walking through the door to meet you.
That's the idea, is to greet people and open the door for them and take them on a little cruise of the building if they've never been here.
And has that enabled you to meet a mixed group of
many people
of different ages also?
Also, yeah. Mostly seniors, of course. Yeah.
And what a treat if you're greeting people at the door who are wearing suspenders, perhaps like you are today. Today is Happy Valentine's Day. And I see you have Betty Boop on your suspenders.
My oldest girlfriend.
Well, they are delightful, and I understand you have some for different holidays as well.
Almost every holiday.
It reflects a little bit of festivity about you in honoring.
It's like a calling card, I guess you
like
call
a calling card, yes, that's right. That's a nice way of putting it.
Thanks to my daughter, she makes sure I have.
She supplies you in festive suspenders.
Right.
Well, so for the Senior Center, when you're not greeting people at the door, what do you find yourself doing here otherwise?
We play pool. Play pool in the recreation room. And also dinners. Or lunches, I should say. Lunches. Very good lunches here.
I heard the food is good.
Terrific.
And you're part of the veterans group within the Senior Center also?
Yes. That's the first Friday of the month is Veterans Breakfast. And then the first Sunday is bugles or taps. That's in the evening at exactly, I think, 5 after 7. They start playing taps, and then they answer. And that's all over America.
Wow.
It's getting to be almost every town is getting into which is beautiful. It started out, I believe, in Michigan, and it's worked its way. And Italy and Germany and some foreign countries do the same.
And and it happens here at the Senior Center outside?
Outside, or downtown at the gazebo.
And you are usually attending?
Yes, usually do. Yeah.
You make it
we get about 15 people in the cold weather, and when it gets warmer, we get quite a few people.
How does that feel? What does that bring to you? What kind of feelings when?
Taps always brings something out in people. It's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Well, it certainly sounds connecting if it's happening all over the world.
Yes, it's really moving out. Nice.
Wow. And that veterans are thinking of one another in the country.
At that particular time, yes.
And all over the world also.
Yeah.
What did you serve being a veteran? What was
I was in the Navy.
And what period?
1948 to 52.
Mm-hmm. And where did that bring you?
Oh, all over the world.
Ah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mainly Europe, and then we were called over to Korea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so we went through the Suez Canal and
Mm-hmm.
all the canals and wound up in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
From, I think we sailed from Italy. So that was quite a cruise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet. And are those years still pretty vivid for you?
Some of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, some of them.
And do you still keep in touch with some of the people?
There's not many around here anymore. The name of the ship was USS Worcester, which is named after Worcester, Mass.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a cruiser,
Mm-hmm.
sort of a big ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so that was so many years of your life.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
And then did you come to Hopkinton after?
Well, I met a girl.
You met a girl.
And
Often the story.
when I got out of service, I stayed in Framingham and went to work at J.J. Newberry's, which probably you guys don't remember, but it was a little department store, like Woolworths, something like that. So that's where I met my wife. We've been here ever since.
And that was just after coming
That's
from the Navy?
yeah. That's 59 years ago.
How about that? Well, happy
It will
anniversary.
be 59.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Yeah.
And so how did you meet your wife in Framingham?
Well, at J.J. Newberry's,
At
we
work.
both worked there.
And did you do much courting or dating?
Yeah, I guess we did. Yeah, well, like everybody else. Yeah, yeah. Framingham was, they had 3 movies, if I remember right, 3 movies. On Saturday night, they rolled the sidewalk up. That was it, till Monday.
Oh,
Yeah, everything was closed down but the movies.
Wow.
No stores, no
No
Blue
restaurants.
Lodge, the old Blue Lodge.
So movies was the big
That was the big day. Yeah, yeah.
So you saw a lot of movies. You dated for a number of years.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Actually, we got married in 52, November.
Well, happy anniversary in
Thank you.
advance. Let's see. So eventually you worked your way over to Hopkinton from Framingham.
Yeah,
But you lived in Framingham first
for a little while.
Uh-huh.
Then, yeah.
and moved to Hopkinton, you said 39
Oh,
years?
it's got to be in 30 years
Yeah,
now.
30
yeah.
years, okay.
Yeah, because there was quite a bit of Hayden Rose Street, Pleasant Street, and here, so it's got to be pretty close to 35 years. And my daughter was the first one in Hopkinton to get polio in 1955. A few more months and the vaccine would have been out. But she had a tough time.
So you faced a challenge in moving over to Hopkinton
Yes.
and settling as a family, and your daughter, you said, was the first one in Hopkinton
Yeah.
to deal with polio.
Yeah.
So that certainly put hardship on starting a family.
Well, yeah, yes, it is. Yeah.
And what did that involve back then as a parent?
Well, when we took her to the hospital, the children, she was like a dish rag. The only thing, she could only move her neck like this, and that's it. And she was just, we thought we were going to lose her.
Really hard to see.
Yeah. But Children's Hospital, oh, what a fantastic place. And the people here in Hopkinton are A1.
You had a lot of support
Oh,
once
yes,
you
yeah.
were dealing with your daughter with polio.
Yeah.
And how did that come? How did support come to you from people in Hopkinton?
Well, kind of like they backed you up,
Yeah.
and whatever, you know. If you needed a ride, you always somebody there to help.
Wow. So it felt like a family.
Yes, yeah.
Not just a town, but a family for
yeah.
you. And that helped get you through.
That's right, yeah. Neighbors, of course. But people were afraid too. You know.
What were they afraid of?
Well, afraid that they might contact it
Yeah.
by being with us. They would contact them, and people were afraid of that.
That's a hard thing for all of you.
Yeah.
So you had those challenges in your early family life, and
I lost my oldest boy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, motorcycle. Yeah, he was 21.
Young.
21. Yeah.
Oh well, that is a great loss to have. My goodness.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've had some hardship in your life at different points, and I
Different
understand.
points. Yeah.
More recently, it's been involving you, and
Yeah,
you've been dealing with cancer. The last 3 years, you said.
Something like that. Yeah.
And both in your lungs.
The lungs and the stomach, bladder. But we killed them both, I guess. Yeah.
You took care of them.
We're in good shape.
You had chemotherapy.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And radiation.
Chemotherapy. I didn't have radiation. Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you for that. I understand your most recent check. They said you are cancer-free.
Well, the bladder, and I think we're free up in the lungs. Also. Yeah.
And you're doing regular checks with that.
Checks, yeah.
What did you find that got you through that period of cancer for yourself, and going through treatment the day to day, and that it's difficult, it can be exhausting and unpleasant?
Well, I quit driving, and so my daughter is a peach. She takes us.
So she's been a great support
Oh,
to you.
yes,
in dealing.
Well, you guys know her, and so you can.
So you've had different means of support as you've faced different challenges in your
the
life.
people in Hopkins are terrific.
Yeah.
We are.
And
This senior center here, people here are, wow.
the senior center.
Yeah, the people that run it and the people that work here are fantastic.
How do you find them to be fantastic? What kinds of things do they do?
They're always helpful. They're there. You need rides, or you need different things. They're right there for you. They take care of the insurance. They keep you update on that, and that different changes. Yeah, and they do a good job.
Those are some things people in the community might not know about as much as hearing about the social functions that happen.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the taps happening.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And then you have parties, and sometimes,
Yes,
like
we
today,
have-
there'll be
yeah,
a Valentine's Day
Today
party.
there's going to be Valentine's, and, Christmas parties.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on. It's
There's
very
a lot
active.
going on that people probably don't know about, but they should. The bus, we have a beautiful bus driver, George Robinson. He's a one-man crusader. I don't know what you call him, but he's a one-man morale builder, maybe. Tuesdays, he takes us to the mall in Westboro Tuesday morning at 8:30. Then in the afternoon, he takes us to Walmart in Whitensville. And Thursdays, he takes us shopping.
Oh, it's great to have an opportunity to get out.
So,
to
so we
places.
get on, yeah, we have, and we have a lot of fun on the bus.
Mhm.
The saying is, what goes on in the bus stays in the bus. Yeah.
So I guess we can't talk any more about that.
Well, George is fantastic.
You have
He
some
is-
fun on there.
Yeah, we have.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and sometimes he takes us, to different places, and he does make trips.
Mhm.
I think twice a month they go on trips.
Well, that's wonderful. Things to look forward to if you can't drive yourself
Yeah,
or get
he
out.
went to La Salette,
Mhm, mhm.
Christmas.
That's beautiful.
Different things.
Mhm. Well, it sounds like you have a lot of very positive things to say about the senior center and the community here. And I know, likewise, there are many people who have positive things to say about you within
I
the
hope.
community as well. It seems like it has gone both ways in that sense, and it's nice to hear that that's something that helped you get through hard
It
times
does. Yeah.
in your life, and you certainly have had your
Some of
share.
them, yeah, they're all good.
And
Oh,
I
good.
was wondering for you, what would you say, in addition to supportive community, more within, internally for you that helps you get through some of these hard times? Everybody has different things that help them be strong, or
People.
uh-huh.
That-
just the
that-
sense of
that-
people. Hmm. Yeah.
People,
Which,
yeah, people.
well, and that is a great
Yeah.
concept to think of in terms of giving you internal support as well as what they give
Right.
externally to you. I also understand that you worked on your GED, and you went back to school after a long gap,
Long
right?
gap.
Hiatus there. And
Yeah,
congratulations to you for that.
Yeah, I had quit school.
Mm-hmm. In eighth grade, you said, or?
Something like the
Yeah,
eighth grade,
uh-huh.
yeah. And went to work.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's really industrious of you to start that young.
Well, them days, I guess it was a
had-
standard thing, and not
Mhm.
so much anymore. People
Right.
don't quit school much
Right,
anymore,
yeah.
I guess.
Uh-huh. So you received your GED. That takes a lot of stamina and
Well,
determination to go back and take that on.
I think there was something like 18 in the class.
Oh, uh-huh. A lot of seniors?
Not really.
Uh-huh.
Mostly 15, 16, and 18 years old.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Wow.
and there was a few seniors, of course, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, it was kind of hard because of that.
Mm-hmm.
They were all young
Mhm,
kids.
mhm.
They were-
Some years between
yeah,
you.
Yeah, and
And-
that was kind of hard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And in what way did it work?
Well, I think the younger people kind of looked up to the older people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that
Well,
which made a big difference.
uh-huh. Yeah. I
And,
think
but it was scary. For the older people, it was scary.
uh-huh. And maybe for the younger ones, do you
Well,
think?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Even though, yeah, it might not come out, but it also sounds kind of wonderful to
Well-
get together with different ages and
Uh,
work on something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, it was.
But hard.
Yeah, hard. Hard to go back and start thinking.
Oh, yeah, yeah, sure. Well, congratulations to
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
And thinking back in time when you were younger, you grew up in what
Michigan.
area?
Michigan.
Michigan. Uh-huh. Yeah. And what area?
I was born in a little town called Rockwood, Rockwood.
Rockwood.
And then we moved right into Detroit when I was about 5.
Mm-hmm.
Things were tough then.
How's that? How
Well, the Depression,
Yeah.
people weren't working.
Mhm.
There was no jobs.
How did that affect your family when you were growing up?
Pretty tough because my father was shot up pretty bad in World War I.
Oh,
And and he was gassed, and he had mustard gas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that kind of ate him up. But he died in 1943.
Mm.
Yeah.
So he came back home, and
yeah.
the effects were on him.
Yeah, he could only work off and on. And like I said, that was depression.
Yeah.
Real tough to get through work.
A lot of responsibility for the children.
Well, we
you-
were young, so.
You were young.
Yeah.
So
We
your mom.
probably didn't even realize that until after. Yeah.
So your mother was the primary
Primary.
caregiver and caretaker, care of.
Yeah.
Well, and how many brothers and sisters did you grow up
I
with?
have one sister.
One
She
sister.
still lives in Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah. She calls me every Sunday night.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, she's a little older
Uh-huh.
than I am. We call every Sunday night.
It's nice to stay regularly connected that way. And what would you like to do when you were a kid growing up in Michigan? You had a lot of
We did the
summer.
normal thing. We had snow there all winter long.
Snow like this?
Snow there is snow.
Uh-huh.
It just keeps right on coming. And cold, because you get the cold off the lakes. We wasn't that far from the lake, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie. Boy, it's cold. But ice skating, hockey, regular skating, figure skating. That was
A lot of active winter sports.
winter sports. Summer, was, of course, was baseball.
Anything you did then as a kid you still are interested in now somehow? Or-
Well, we can't skate anymore.
No.
I think things were different.
Yeah.
We did,
Different things.
yeah, everybody had a Monopoly game, and we did that. And all your summertime was a good time because you played baseball. And of course the war was on, and you had to play cowboys and Indians with all your neighbors, and you had to play Army versus the Germans or the Japanese, and you selected a few who had to be the Japanese, and you had to fight them.
Yeah, that kind of pretend
Yeah,
war.
yeah, right.
Boy
You were
play
right
back
there.
then.
Yeah.
Gardening.
Yeah,
Was that
gardening.
something you learned from early days, or
My father and mother.
your father and mother taught you?
They had gardens.
You had a garden that you had to live off.
Almost everybody had gardens.
Yeah.
They called them victory gardens.
Yes.
Everybody had tomato plants and beans.
And
Even if you only had a little place, you had tomato plants at least.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And you have a garden. You continue to garden at
Well, I
this.
have a couple of tomato plants now. I don't do much gardening anymore. I might leave that up to my son. He does his garden. I don't know if you know him or not. He works in Colulla's at the deli. He works in the deli.
So you have 3 children who are alive.
Yeah.
All right, and so there's some gardening in the family, something you've always done. And then I understand you do a little dancing these
Well,
days?
we try.
Uh-huh.
Love to know how to dance. We really want to learn how to waltz.
So you're giving a try over at Holliston Dance?
I try.
And
anybody's toes will do, because I do a good job of dancing.
and there could always be a chance for some waltz lessons for you at some
Well,
point
I'd
in the
like
future.
that, yeah.
Well, it sounds like you certainly have the willingness and the determination to take it on like many other things in your life. If you find the right instructor, maybe somewhere, we could put.
Yeah, it's not too easy. Smart now.
Well, in closing our interview, it went by very quickly.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Thank you for all that you have shared this morning. And in just closing, I was wondering if you could share what is one thing you would say would be your wish for the world?
Peace.
You would wish for peace.
I'd like to see our boys home. I don't see any reason for them being there. It's just terrible to lose young people like that.
And how about for yourself? How would you like to be remembered in this life?
I really don't know how to answer that. I don't know.
I've heard of someone who's very highly respected and known within the community.
Oh, well.
Maybe that's a people person. As you said, people was one of the strongest things to you.
Yeah, they are, yes. Especially my daughter. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Tune in to HCAM News for complete and up-to-date coverage of Hopkinton.
Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 6 p.m. for our latest newscast from the HCAM studios.
From high school sports and governmental coverage to community affairs and culture. If it's Hopkinton, HCAM News keeps you informed.
Between newscasts, visit our website at hcam.tv for late-breaking news and expanded coverage of our top stories.
Tune in to Comcast Channel 8 or Verizon Channel 30.